Hi there. Plenty of weather to talk about for the rest of this year and the start of next year. First things first, it's been a wet start to Friday, but for the rest of the day, actually the main area of persistent rain is pushing away, lingering perhaps for northeast England, southeast Scotland, and this area of rain continuing to affect the Northern Isles and the far north of the mainland of Scotland, with some hill snow associated with this as well. Otherwise, showers push in across Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern England, one or two showers in the southeast, but in between a drier and brighter interlude, especially for parts of the Midlands into parts of northern England and Wales. But it stays windy, and that wind coming up from the southwest means that it will be mild for many across England and Wales. Temperatures in the double figures, 12 or 13 Celsius in the south. But it's colder for Scotland and Northern Ireland, and particularly cold where we've got the rain lingering in the far north. Now that mixes with even colder air during the latter half of Friday as the rain pushes south. I think the snow level will come down. It won't just be confined to the hills. It'll be affecting lower levels across the far north of Scotland. I think accumulating above 100 to 200 metres, so some issues to do with that and some ice issues otherwise. But we'll also see a strong wind developing, especially across the northeast of Scotland. 70 mile per hour wind gusts could cause some low-level disruption as we start off the weekend. A drier interlude further south across England and Wales at first, and then later on Friday night, spells of rain return, a lot of cloud cover, a strong southwesterly wind, so of course all the ingredients for a mild start to New Year's Eve. 13 Celsius in the south at dawn on Saturday, but much colder further north for Scotland, Northern Ireland, parts of northern England, and for some sheltered parts of Scotland where we've got some lying snow, -5 or -6 Celsius is possible. So a divide across the country at the moment. We've got further weather fronts pushing in from the southwest to affect England and Wales for New Year's Eve. Drier and brighter but colder further north. And we've still got those snow showers and issues with ice first thing for the northeast and north of Scotland. Brighter skies, though, for Scotland, for parts of the north of Northern Ireland. But this feature here could bring some spells of rain during New Year's Eve into southern Scotland, falling as snow over the southern uplands and the Pennines above around 400 metres. Further south, drier at first, but further spells of wet weather move in, and they could cause some issues for South Wales and parts of the south of England with saturated ground here and some surface water issues, I think, during Saturday. 12 or 13, perhaps even 14 Celsius in the south, though, so even though it's wet, it is very mild, and it's also fairly blustery with winds coming up from the southwest. Much colder for northern Scotland, 1 to 3 Celsius here, albeit with brighter skies in between any of those wintry showers. New Year's Eve, though, if you're heading out in the evening, it's a wet start to the evening for the southern half of the UK. The spells of rain move north to affect central areas and then pushing into southern Scotland, Northern Ireland, perhaps reaching Edinburgh by the midnight hour. And the far north of Scotland stays cold, but with clearer spells and 1 or 2 wintry showers. Further south, once the rain clears by midnight, it's going to stay blustery with a few showers here as well. But the main area by midnight of persistent rain affecting Northern Ireland, southern Scotland and northern England. Feeling cold where we've got the wet weather, milder further south, and then all areas turning milder through next week, but staying unsettled.